The Equalizer is a 2014 American vigilante action thriller film directed by Antoine Fuqua and written by Richard Wenk. 1-5. It is based on the 1980s TV series of the same title, and the first of 3 films starring Denzel Washington. The cast includes Marton Csokas, Chloe Grace Moritz, David Harbour, Bill Pullman and Melissa Leo. Washington plays Robert McCall, a retired Marine and former DIA officer, who reluctantly returns to action to protect a teenage trafficking victim from the members of the Russian Mafia. Principal photography took place in Massachusetts from May 2013 to September 2013. The world premiere for The Equalizer was held at 2014 Toronto International Film Festival on September 7, 2014, and it was released worldwide on September 26, 2014. The film received mixed reviews from critics and grossed $192.3 million worldwide. 6. The sequels, The Equalizer 2 and The Equalizer 3, were released on July 20, 2018, and September 1, 2023, respectively. Marton Paul Csokas, 1/TK/, 2, Hungarian. Csokas Marton Pal, born June 30, 1966, 3, is a New Zealand actor of film, stage, and television. A graduate of the Toi Whakaari Drama School, he has worked extensively in Australia and Hollywood, along with his native country, and often plays villainous roles. 4-5. His notable roles include Celeborn in the Lord of the Rings trilogy, 2001-2003, Yordi in XXX, 2002, Guy de Lusignan in Kingdom of Heaven, 2005, Trevor Goodchild in Aeon Flux, 2005, Aura in Romulus, My Father, 2007, Nico in Dead Europe, 2012, Jack Bartz in Abraham Lincoln, Vampire Hunter, 2012, Nikolai Achenko aka Teddy Rinson in The Equalizer, 2014, and Quinn on the U.S. television series Into the Badlands. Earlier in his career, he played Leonard Dodds on the New Zealand soap opera Shortland Street. Early life. Csokas was born in Invercargill, the son of Margaret Christine, née Rayner, a nurse, and Marton Csokas I, who worked as a mechanical engineer for E. Hayes and Sons. 1-6. His father was Hungarian and his mother had English, Irish, and Danish ancestry. 7-8. Csokas graduated from Toi Whakaari, New Zealand Drama School in 1989 with a diploma in acting. Melissa Chessington Leo, born September 14, 1962, is an American actress. She is the recipient of several accolades, including an Academy Award, a Primetime Emmy Award, a Golden Globe Award, a Screen Actors Guild Award, and 2 Critics' Choice Awards. After appearing on several television shows and films in the 1980s, Leo became a regular on the television shows All My Children, for which she was nominated for a Daytime Emmy Award, and The Young Writers. Her breakthrough role came in 1993 as Detective and later Sergeant Kay Howard on the television series Homicide, Life on the Street, 1993 to 1997. Leo received critical acclaim for her performance as Ray Eddy in the 2008 film Frozen River, earning her several nominations and awards, including an Academy Award nomination for Best Actress. In 2010, Leo won several awards for her performance as Alice Eklund Ward in the film The Fighter, including the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress. In 2013, she won a Primetime Emmy Award for her guest role on the television series Louie. She starred in the 2015 Fox event series Wayward Pines as Nurse Pam. She then starred in the 2017 Netflix film The Most Hated Woman in America as American Atheists founder Madeline Murray O'Hare. Early life. Leo was born in Manhattan and grew up on the Lower East Side. 3. She is the daughter of Margaret, née Chessington, a California-born teacher, and Arnold Leo III, an editor at Grove Press, fisherman, and former spokesman for the East Hampton Baymen's Association. She has an older brother, Eric Leo. 4. Her paternal aunt is art historian Christine Leo Roussel. 5. Leo's parents divorced, and her mother moved them to Red Clover Commune in Putney, Vermont. 2. Leo began performing as a child with the Bread and Puppet Theater Company. She attended Bellows Falls High School in Bellows Falls, Vermont, and studied acting at Mount View Academy of Theatre Arts in London and SUNY Purchase, but did not graduate, choosing to leave school and move to New York City to begin auditioning for acting jobs. 6, 7, 8, 9. Leo spent summers at her father's house in Springs, a section of East Hampton, New York. 3:10. Career. Leo's acting debut came in 1984, for which she was nominated for a Daytime Emmy at the 12th Daytime Emmy Awards for Outstanding Ingenue/Woman in a Drama Series for All My Children. Following this, Leo appeared in several films, including Streetwalkin', A Time of Destiny, Last Summer in the Hamptons, and Venice/Venice. She also had several appearances on television, most notably her role as Detective Sergeant K. Howard on Homicide: Life on the Street until 1997. 3 years later, she reprised her role in the television film Homicide, the movie. After a brief hiatus from acting, Leo's breakthrough came 3 years later in the Alejandro Gonzalez Iñárritu film, 21 Grams, released to critical acclaim. Leo appeared in a supporting role alongside Sean Penn, Naomi Watts, Benicio del Toro, and Clea Duvall. Leo shared a Best Ensemble Acting Award from the Phoenix Film Critics Society in 2003, and the runner-up for the Los Angeles Film Critics Association for Best Supporting Actress. Leo in January 2006. Leo appeared in supporting roles throughout the 2000s, including the film Hide and Seek, the independent film American Gun, both in 2005, and a minor role in the comedy Mr. Woodcock. In 2006, she won the Bronze Wrangler at the Western Heritage Awards for Outstanding Theatrical Motion Picture for The Three Burials of Melquiades Estrada, shared with Tommy Lee Jones, who also produced the film. In 2008, she won the Maverick Actor Award and also the Best Actress Award at the Method Fest for Lullaby, 2008. That same year, Leo earned critical praise for her performance in the film Frozen River, winning several awards, including the Best Actress Award from the Independent Spirit Awards, the Spotlight Award from the National Board of Review, and Best Actress nominations from the Screen Actors Guild Awards, Broadcast Film Critics Association, and Academy Awards. Critic Roger Ebert backed her for a win, stating, "Best Actress, Melissa Leo. What a complete performance, evoking a woman's life in a time of economic hardship. The most timely of films, but that isn't reason enough. I was struck by how intensely determined she was to make the payments, support her 2 children, carry on after her abandonment by a gambling husband, and still maintain rules and goals around the house. This was a heroic woman." 11. Following Frozen River, Leo continued to appear in several independent films, and had a minor role in the 2008 film Righteous Kill, with Al Pacino and her Hide and Seek co-star, Robert De Niro. Leo appeared in a series of films throughout 2009, including According to Greta, the title character in Stephanie's Image, True Adolescence, and Veronica Decides to Die. In 2010, Leo received fame for her role in David O. Russell's The Fighter. Rick Bidley of the Charlotte Observer said, "Both actors, Mark Wahlberg and Christian Bale, are very good, but they get blown off the screen by Melissa Leo, who plays their mother, Alice Ward." Leo's Oscar-worthy portrayal of Alice as a master manipulator goes beyond acting to a total transformation. 12. Roger Ebert referred to it as a teeth-gratingly brilliant performance. Leo in several of the film's actors, including her co-star Amy Adams and Bale, were nominated. For her performance, Leo received several awards, including the Golden Globe, Dallas-Fort Worth Film Critics Association, New York Film Critics Circle, Screen Actors Guild, and culminating in her winning the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress. While accepting her Oscar, Leo said, "But I watched K 2 years ago, it looked so fucking easy." She apologized afterwards for using profanity, admitting that it was a very inappropriate place to use that particular word. Those words, I apologize to anyone that they offend. 1314. Prior to her win, Leo had created some controversy by attempting to self-promote her Oscar campaign, rather than rely on the marketing department of the studio. Leo personally bought ad space in Hollywood trade publications, which was initially thought might backfire in a similar manner to previous Oscar contenders Chill Wills and Margaret Avery. 15. Following her Oscar win, Leo appeared in the HBO miniseries Mildred Pierce alongside Kate Winslet, Evan Rachel Wood and Guy Pearce. Her performance garnered an Emmy Award nomination for Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Miniseries or a Movie. Her next projects include the satirical horror film Red State, the independent comedy Predisposed with Jesse Eisenberg currently in pre-production, 16, and the crime thriller The Dead Circus based on the novel by John Kay with Michael C. Hall and James Marsden currently in development, 17. She guest starred in an episode of the hit FX comedy Louie, which garnered her an Emmy win for Outstanding Guest Actress in a Comedy Series. Personal life. In 1987, Leo had a son with actor John Hurd, whom she dated from 1986 to 1988, while living in Manhattan. 1. Leo then moved to Stone Ridge, New York, where a 200-year-old farmhouse was her permanent residence for 3 decades, though she often traveled and lived elsewhere temporarily for work. 18. 19. In 2019, she moved back to Manhattan. She moved out of the city during the COVID-19 pandemic, but returned in 2023. 19. Leo publicly rejected the label of feminist in statements made during a 2012 interview with Salon. "I don't think of myself as a feminist at all. As soon as we start labeling and categorizing ourselves and others, that's going to shut down the world. I would never say that." 20. She reiterated these sentiments in a 2017 interview. Haley Lorraine Keeling, born January 7, 1988, known professionally as Haley Bennett, is an American actress. She made her film debut in the romantic comedy Music and Lyrics, 2007, and has since appeared in films such as The Equalizer, 2014, The Magnificent Seven, 2016, Hillbilly Elegy, 2020, and Cyrano, 2021. Early life. Bennett was born Haley Lorraine Keeling in Fort Myers, Florida, on January 7, 1988. 1. Her parents, Leilani, née Dorsey, and Ronald Keeling, 2, met in church and hitchhiked to Florida while Leilani was pregnant with her. Bennett has Lithuanian ancestry through a maternal great-grandmother, 3, 4, and Scottish ancestry through a paternal great-grandmother, 5, 6, 7, 8. She was raised in Naples. 9. Her parents divorced when she was 6 years old, and she moved to Ohio with her father, who opened an automobile repair shop there. They moved regularly around the state, with Bennett later saying, "There was no time when I lived anywhere longer than 2 years. I was always a social outcast. Maybe I didn't care what people thought because I was like, well, I probably won't stick around here for too long." 10. Bennett describes her childhood as nomadic, as she moved between living with her father in Ohio and her mother in Florida. "I lived somewhat of a nomadic life even when I lived in Ohio. We spent time in rural areas, in suburban areas, never really city areas. We rode four-wheelers. We had pigs and ferrets. And creeks. We had a creek in my backyard. It was like Huckleberry Finn. I was kind of a tomboy for a while. It's tough to explain, because I grew up with my mom and my dad simultaneously, but separately because they weren't together. So I kind of get femininity from my mother and boyishness from my dad. He loved fishing, he loves hunting, he loves boating, and football, baseball, and basketball. So that really saturated my life. And then my mother was very soft and also strong, but more of an artist. So I kind of had the best of both worlds. 11. When Bennett was 10, she and her father moved to Stowe, where she attended Stowe Monroe Falls High School. At 13, she enrolled at Barbizon Modeling School in Akron. She attended the International Modeling and Talent Convention in 2001 and 2006, where she won a major award too, acted in school plays, and sang in choirs. She also lived with her mother in Naples occasionally, where she attended Baron G. Collier High School, and studied music and acting. 12. When Bennett was 18, she persuaded her mother to take her to Los Angeles for 3 months to pursue an acting career. Just as she was about to return home, she managed to secure representation by claiming to her prospective agent that a highly regarded agency had approached her. The agent refused to lose Bennett and signed her. 10. She began using one of her mother's former married names as her stage name. Bennett at the 2016 Toronto International Film Festival. In what was only her third audition, 10, Bennett won the role of pop star Cora Corman for her film debut in the 2007 romantic comedy Music and Lyrics. 14. She sang several songs for the film's soundtrack, including But Is Delight and Way Back Into Love. Fragments of the songs, Entering Booty Town and Slam, are heard during concert scenes in the film, and her song, Invincible, plays during the end credits. That same year, she signed with 550 Music/New Sound Records, part Epic Records, and began working on her debut album, though one was never released. Bennett performed her first live concert at the Mint in Los Angeles on June 19, 2008. Despite the auspicious film debut, Bennett did not break through. 15. After signing a 3-picture deal with Warner Brothers, beginning with Music and Lyrics, 16, Bennett subsequently starred in her second and third films, The Comedy College, 2008, 17, and the supernatural horror The Haunting of Molly Hartley, 2008. 18. Also in 2008, she made a cameo appearance in Marley and Me. The following year, Bennett had a lead role alongside Julia Stiles in Shekhar Kapoor's short film Passage. She then co-starred as Julie Campbell in the horror thriller film The Hole, directed by Joe Dante. 19. In 2010, she appeared in the fantasy comedy Kaboom! 20, and the drama Arcadia Lost. 21. In July 2010, Bennett was cast in the FX crime drama series Outlaw Country alongside Luke Grimes, Mary Steenburgen, and John Hawkes. 22. The pilot was filmed in 2010, before a rewrite and reshoots in April 2011. 23. It remained in limbo until November 2011, when FX announced that it had not been picked up for a series. 24. The hour-and-a-half-long pilot was broadcast as a TV film on August 24, 2012. 25. Bennett then landed the lead in the thriller film Christie, 2014. 26. She next appeared in the independent drama film Lost in the White City, 2014, alongside Thomas Dekker and Bob Morley. 27. Also in 2014, Bennett appeared in The Equalizer with Denzel Washington and Melissa Leo. 28. In 2015, Bennett starred in Ilya Naishaller's first-person point-of-view film Hardcore Henry. 29. In 2016, she appeared as Emma Cullen in Antoine Fuqua's The Magnificent Seven. 30. Co-starred as Megan Hipwold in the Tate Taylor-directed film adaptation of Paula Hawkins' thriller novel The Girl on the Train. 31. And played actress Mamie Murphy in Warren Beatty's comedy drama Rules Don't Apply. 32. Responses to the first 2 films were mixed, while the third was more positively received. Bennett's performances were praised in all 3. In 2017, Bennett played Saskia Schumann in Jason Hall's PTSD drama film Thank You for Your Service. 33. She had also been cast in Terrence Malick's musical drama film Song to Song, alongside Christian Bale. 34. But her scenes were later cut. 35. In 2019, she starred in and produced the psychological thriller Swallow, directed by Carlos Mirabella Davis, revolving around a woman with pica. 36. It had its world premiere at the Tribeca Film Festival in April 2019, where Bennett received the award for Best Actress. 37. 38. Her performance in the film received rave reviews from critics calling it pitch perfect, extraordinary, and masterful. 39. 40. 41. That same year, she starred in the Red Sea Diving Resort directed by Gideon Raff, opposite Chris Evans. 42. In 2020, she co-starred in 2 adaptations of books: the drama thriller The Devil All the Time, directed by Antonio Campos and based upon the novel of the same name, and Hillbilly Elegy, directed by Ron Howard, both for Netflix. 43. 44. She is in Eli Roth's Borderlands, an adaptation of the video game of the same name. 45. Bennett joined Whoopi Goldberg in drama film Till, written and directed by Chinonye Chukwu. 46. She is starring in and producing the feature adaptation of Brood, a novel by Jackie Paulzine. 47. Personal life. In early 2017, Bennett began an affair with then-married English film director Joe Wright, with Wright's wife, at the time, subsequently filing for divorce. She gave birth to her first and Wright's third child, a daughter, on December 27, 2018. 48, 49, 50. As of 2019, the family resides in Brighton, Somerset, England. Chloe Grace Moritz /Emirates/Wink with a frown 1, born February 10, 1997, is an American actress. She began acting as a child, with early roles in the horror film The Amityville Horror, 2005, the drama series Desperate Housewives, 2006 to 2007, the horror film The Eye, 2008, the drama film The Poker House, 2008, the romantic comedy film 500 Days of Summer, 2009, and the children's comedy film Diary of a Wimpy Kid, 2010. 2. Her breakthrough came in 2010, with her performance as Hit Girl in the superhero film Kick-Ass. Moritz starred in Martin Scorsese's adventure film Hugo, 2011, Tim Burton's horror comedy film Dark Shadows, 2012, and the sitcom 30 Rock, 2011 to 2013, reprised her role as Hit Girl in Kick-Ass 2, 2013, and portrayed Carrie White in the horror film Carrie, 2013. In 2014, Moritz starred in the drama film Clouds of Sils Maria, and the action film The Equalizer. She also starred in the thriller film Dark Places, 2015, the science fiction action film The Fifth Wave, 2016, and the comedy film Neighbors 2, Sorority Rising, 2016. Moritz's following roles include the drama film The Miseducation of Cameron Post, 2018, and Neil Jordan's thriller film Greta, 2018. She voiced Wednesday Addams in The Addams Family, 2019, and The Addams Family 2, 2021, and the titular character in Nimona, 2023. On stage, Moritz's work includes her starring role in the original off-Broadway production of The Library, 2014, at the Public Theater in New York City. 3. In September 2025, she will star in the off-Broadway production of Caroline at the MCC Theater. 4. 5. Early life. Moritz was born in Atlanta, Georgia, and raised in Cartersville, Georgia. 6. Her mother, Terry Duke, 7, is a nurse practitioner, and her father, Dr. McCoy Mac Moritz, 1957 to 2021, was a plastic surgeon and heir to the Moritz hosiery business, Bought out in 2011 for $350 million. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. She has 4 older brothers, Brandon, Trevor, Colin, and Ethan. 13, an older sister, Kathleen, died shortly after birth. 14, she has described her family as very Christian, specifically Southern Baptist. 15, 16, she moved to New York City in 2002 with her mother and brother Trevor, because he had been accepted into the Professional Performing Arts School, which is what first drew her interest in acting. Moritz would help Trevor read lines. 17. Career 2004 to 2016. Early roles and breakthrough. Moritz at the U.S. premiere of Earth in 2009. Moritz's first acting role was as Violet in 2 episodes of the CBS series The Guardian, and her first film role was as Molly in Heart of the Beholder. It was not until her second big-screen acting role, in the 2005 remake of the Amityville Horror, that she earned greater recognition, receiving a Young Artist Award nomination. 18. After Amityville, Moritz received several guest-starring roles on TV, as well as a small role in Big Mama's House 2. Her recurring TV characters include Kiki George in Dirty Sexy Money, and Sherry Mulby in Desperate Housewives. Moritz also voiced the U.S. version of the animated character Darby in My Friends Tigger and Pooh. Moritz also co-starred as Cammy, an abused child, in The Poker House. 19. In 2008, Moritz appeared in the Disney animated film Bolt, as a younger version of Miley Cyrus' character. In 2010, Moritz appeared as Hit Girl in director Matthew Vaughn's action film Kick-Ass, based on the comic book series of the same name by Mark Millar and John Romita Jr. Moritz trained with Jackie Chan's stunt crew for 3 months prior to filming, and did most of her own stunts while filming on location. 20. Because of her youth, there was controversy about her role in the violent film. She received critical acclaim for her performance. Roger Ebert gave the film only 1 star, 21, but wrote about Moritz. Say what you will about her character, but Chloe Grace Moritz has presence and appeal. That same year, she played Abby, a 12-year-old vampire, in Let Me In, 2010, 22, the UK/US remake of the Swedish film Let the Right One In. 23. Moritz played Ann Sliger in the 2011 crime thriller Texas Killing Fields. 24. That same year, she played Isabel in Martin Scorsese's Hugo, a 3D film adaptation of The Invention of Hugo Cabret. 25. Which was nominated for 11 Oscars. Moritz starred in Hick, an adaptation of the novel by Andrea Ports. 26. She appeared in the 2012 Tim Burton film Dark Shadows, a remake of the soap opera, playing the role of Carolyn's daughter. 27. 28. A rebellious teenage daughter. Moritz at the Elle Style Awards in 2013. In 2013, she reprised her role as Hit Girl in the sequel Kick-Ass 2. 29. The same year, she appeared in a short segment in the film movie 43:30, and played the title character in Carrie, a remake of the 1976 film, directed by Kimberly Pierce. 31. Moritz has done voice work for video games. She reprised her role as Hit Girl for Kick-Ass, the game, and played young Lady Emily in Dishonored. 32. When asked in October 2012 why she tends to gravitate towards playing darker, troubled characters, Moritz responded that she has such a happy family life, and finds it challenging to play characters who are significantly different. 33. From March 25 to April 27, 2014, Moritz made her off-Broadway debut in The Library, directed by Steven Soderbergh. 34-35. Moritz played the protagonist, Mia, in the adaptation of Gail Forman's If I Stay, 2014. The story follows a 17-year-old classical musician as she deals with the aftermath of a catastrophic car accident involving her family, and has an out-of-body experience. 36. Critical response to the film was mixed. A 35% positive rating based on 122 reviews, and an average rating of 5 out of 10 garnered by Rotten Tomatoes was accompanied by a critics' consensus praising Moritz for giving the performance her all. 37. Moritz subsequently starred as Cassie Sullivan in The Fifth Wave, an adaptation of the best-selling novel by Rick Yancey. The film was released in January 2016. 38. Hannah Minghella of Sony Pictures said Moritz embodies the heart, strength and determination that make Cassie such a compelling character. 39. 2016 to 2019. Reassessment. In April 2016, Moritz was chosen to serve as one of 3 members of the narrative short film competition jury for the Tribeca Film Festival, alongside Mike Birbiglia and Sheila Nevins. 40. Also that year, she co-starred with Zac Efron and Seth Rogen in the film Neighbors 2, Sorority Rising, the sequel to Neighbors Wink with a Frown. 41, and headlined the drama film Brain on Fire, based on the memoir Brain on Fire by Susanna Cahalan. 42. In November 2015, Moritz was attached to Shane Carruth's third film, The Modern Ocean. The ensemble cast includes Asa Butterfield, Anne Hathaway, Daniel Radcliffe and Keanu Reeves. 43. Also in November, Moritz was announced as the star of Universal Studios' live-action version of Hans Christian Andersen's The Little Mermaid, to be written by Richard Curtis, though she later left the project. 44. In a 2016 interview with The Hollywood Reporter, Moritz revealed she had dropped out of all the unproduced film projects she was attached to. 45. The only announced film this affected was The Little Mermaid, since several other films she was slated to appear in were already in post-production. She explained, "I want to reassess who I am and find myself within my roles again. I'm realizing that I can slow down." 45. She said the workload that came from being in several films a year was causing her to lose sight of the reason she started acting and instead focus on her film's box office receipts. 45. She stated she would focus on producing, including 2 television projects. 45. This was taken by some media outlets as Moritz taking a hiatus from acting. 46. So in a later interview, she clarified that she was not taking time off, saying, "I'm just becoming more picky in particular about what roles I'm choosing. I think as an actor you have a huge opportunity to find yourself through the roles that you choose. I think it's my time, right now in my life, to figure out who I am, and what I want, and what this industry means. Why not sit back, slow down, realize I'm 19 and go, hey, let's make stuff that really hits hard with who I am, and helps me figure out what it means to be a 19-year-old actor who is just doing her thing." 47. Moritz in 2018. In 2017, Moritz co-starred again with Ansel Elgort in the crime drama November Criminals. 48. That same year, she starred in the comedy drama I Love You, Daddy, directed by Louis C.K., which had its world premiere at the Toronto International Film Festival, where it received negative reviews from critics. 49. Following sexual misconduct allegations against C.K., the film's release was cancelled by media company The Orchard, which had acquired U.S. distribution rights to the film as well as international distributors. 51. In the aftermath of the scandal, Moritz stated, "I think it should just kind of go away, honestly. I don't think it's time for them to have a voice right now," referring to men accused of sexual misconduct. Of course, it's devastating to put time into a project and have it disappear, but at the same time, this Me Too movement is so powerful and so progressive that I'm just happy to be in communication with everyone and to see the big change in the face of the industry, which I think is very, very real. In 2018, Moritz starred in the drama film The Miseducation of Cameron Post opposite Sasha Lane and Forrest Goodluck, revolving around a teenage girl who is sent to a conversion camp. 53. The film received positive reviews from critics, praising Moritz's performance. 54. It had its world premiere at the Sundance Film Festival, where it won the Grand Jury Prize. 55. The film was released on August 3, 2018, by Filmrise. 56. She next appeared in the horror film Suspiria, a remake of the 1977 film of the same name directed by Luca Guadagnino, which had its world premiere at the Venice Film Festival in September 2018. 57. It received mixed reviews from critics, and performed poorly at the box office. 58. 59. She then starred opposite Isabelle Huppert in Greta, a thriller film, which had its world premiere at the Toronto International Film Festival in September 2018. 60. 61. It was released on March 1, 2019, by Focus Features. 62. 2019. Present. Emphasis on animated roles. In 2019, Moritz voiced Wednesday Addams in the CGI animated film The Addams Family, which received mixed reviews from critics. 63. 64. In 2021, she appeared in the live-action/animated film Tom and Jerry, directed by Tim Story. Wink with a Frown. 65. Shadow in the Cloud, a horror thriller directed by Roseanne Leon. 66. And the sequel The Addams Family 2. She signed on for a role in Matt Tomlin's first film as director, Mother/Android. 67. And featured as the lead in the Amazon Prime Video series The Peripheral, based upon the William Gibson novel of the same name. 68. In 2021, Moritz executive produced the 6-part Snapchat original series, coming out highlighting young LGBTQ people. In an interview with The Advocate, she said, "I hope it is a show that will help to save lives by sharing what coming out means to each individual. That no single coming out story is the same. Each one is unique." 69. She voiced the title character in the animated film Nimona, which released on Netflix on June 30, 2023. 70. Fashion. Moritz has appeared in photo shoots, including editorials, features and covers, for magazines including Flaunt, Vogue, Teen Vogue, Jealous, Marie Claire, Interview, Elle, Love, Crash Magazine, InStyle, and many others. She has also been invited to various haute couture events, such as Dior Spring-Summer 2013 at Paris Fashion Week. Max Mara's signature in 2012 granted her the Max Mara Face of the Future award. 71. In 2012, Moritz also became the face of American youth clothing retailer Aeropostale, appearing at various events, videos, and reports. 72. In February 2013, Elle magazine awarded her with the Next Future Icon Award at the Elle Style Awards Gala held in London. 73. Activism. Moritz has publicly supported LGBTQ equality. 74. Moritz, who is gay, also has 2 gay brothers. She states that her brothers both coming out as gay had been jarring to their Baptist community, and that they had initially tried to pray the gay away on their own before coming out to their family. 75. She identifies as a feminist, and has turned down film roles that she found to be overtly sexualized. She took on the role of a teenage prostitute in the 2014 film The Equalizer because her character felt so real, rather than a plot device. 76. In October 2014, Moritz was named one of the 25 most influential teens of the year by Time magazine.